My child. I know your heart has been heavy. I know there are nights where you smile in front of everyone, but secretly feel exhausted inside. I see the battles you never talk about, the stress you hide, the tears you hold back, the moments where you feel like giving up. And even when nobody else notices. I do. My child. You have been carrying too much for too long. Trying to stay strong for everyone. Trying to fix everything yourself. Trying to hold your life together. While silently breaking inside. But listen to me carefully. You were never meant to carry all of this alone. That weight on your heart. Give it to me. That fear inside your mind. Give it to me. Those sleepless nights. Those anxious thoughts. Those silent worries about your future. Place them in my hands. Because I have not abandoned you. Even in this difficult season. I have been walking beside you. Even in your silence. I have heard every prayer. Even when you thought nothing was changing. I was still working behind the scenes. My child. There are things happening right now that you cannot yet see. Doors I am preparing to open. People I am removing for your protection. Lessons I am teaching to strengthen your spirit. And though the process feels painful, it is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to transform you. Because where I am taking you, the old version of you cannot go. The fearful version. The constantly worried version. The version that keeps doubting itself. I am rebuilding you. Day by day. Moment by moment. Into someone stronger. Someone wiser. Someone who no longer depends on the approval of this world. To know their value. My child. Stop believing the lie that you are forgotten. You are not forgotten. I see every effort you make. Every time you keep going. Despite feeling tired. Every moment you choose faith instead of fear. Every quiet battle you fight alone. I see it all. And I am proud of you. For not giving up. Because many people would have quit already. Many people would have stopped believing. But you are still here. Still trying. Still hoping. Still searching for light. Even in dark moments. And that matters more than you know. My child. Do not let temporary pain convince you that your future is ruined. This season is temporary. Your confusion is temporary. Your struggle is temporary. But the strength being created within you, that will last forever. One day, you will understand why I made you wait. Why certain doors stayed closed. Why certain people left. Why some plans fell apart. Because I was protecting you from things that were not aligned with your purpose. I was preparing you for something greater. Something deeper. Something that matches the person you are becoming. So trust me in this season. Even when you cannot see clearly. Even when life feels uncertain. Even when your heart feels tired. Because I am still guiding you. Still protecting you. Still working in your life. My child. You are closer to breakthrough than you realize. Closer to healing. Closer to peace. Closer to the answers you've been praying for. Do not stop now. Do not lose faith now. Because the storm you are in today will become the testimony that strengthens you tomorrow. And one day, you will look back at this painful chapter and realize, I was carrying you the entire time. So breathe. Rest your heart. And trust me again. Because your story is not ending in struggle. It is leading you toward purpose. Toward healing. Toward peace. And toward the life I have been preparing for you all along. My child. I am not finished with you yet. My child. Do not be afraid of this season you are walking through right now. I know it feels unfamiliar. I know there are moments where everything feels uncertain. Moments where you wonder why life suddenly became so heavy. Why people changed. Why certain doors closed. Why things you prayed for did not happen the way you expected. And because you do not understand everything, fear tries to enter your heart. Fear tells you that you are losing. Fear tells you that nothing will improve. Fear tells you that your future is falling apart. But my child, do not listen to fear. Because fear only speaks from what it can currently see. And there are things I am doing that you cannot yet see. There are blessings being prepared behind closed doors. There are battles I am fighting for you without your knowledge. There are moments ahead of you that will one day make sense of everything you are feeling now. So do not judge your entire future based on your current pain. This is only a season, not your final destination. My child, you must understand something important. Growth often feels uncomfortable. Transformation often feels lonely. And becoming the person I created you to be requires letting go of the version you have outgrown. That is why certain relationships ended. That is why some situations became difficult. That is why you no longer feel connected to the things that once distracted you. Because your spirit is changing. Your heart is changing. Your priorities are changing. You are beginning to desire peace more than chaos. Truth more than attention. Purpose more than temporary comfort. And that change, it is sacred. Even if nobody else understands it. My child, do not return to places I already removed you from emotionally. Do not beg for what I told you to release. Do not keep reopening doors that I already closed for your protection. Sometimes you keep asking me to restore things that I removed to save you. Trust my wisdom, even when it hurts. Because I see what you cannot see. I know who truly values you. I know what environments will destroy your peace. I know which paths lead to pain. And because I love you, I will not allow everything you desire to remain in your life. Not because I want to punish you, but because I want to protect you. My child, there are moments when I remove distractions, so you can finally hear your own soul again. Moments when I slow your life down, so you can notice what truly matters. Because for too long, you have exhausted yourself trying to carry responsibilities that were never yours to carry. Trying to please everyone. Trying to fix everyone. Trying to earn love by sacrificing your own peace. But my child, you do not need to destroy yourself to prove your worth. You do not need to beg to be valued. You do not need to chase what was never aligned with your spirit. What belongs in your life will bring peace, not confusion. Growth, not constant pain. Clarity, not endless anxiety. And I am teaching you now to recognize that difference. Because where I am taking you, peace will matter more than popularity. Truth will matter more than appearances. And purpose will matter more than temporary approval. My child, I know you feel tired sometimes. I know there are nights where your mind refuses to rest. Nights where you replay everything, wondering what you could have done differently. Wondering why things happened the way they did. But hear me clearly. Stop blaming yourself for everything. Not every loss was your fault. Not every ending meant you failed. Some endings happened because I was redirecting your path. Some people left because they could not go where I am taking you. And some delays happened because your spirit needed more preparation. So stop carrying guilt for things I already decided to remove. Let go. Release the past. Release the fear. Release the need to control every outcome. And trust me again. Because my plans for your life did not disappear just because you entered a difficult season. Your future is still being written. Your purpose is still alive. Your breakthrough is still coming. Even now. Especially now. My child. There will come a day where your heart no longer feels this heavy. A day where peace returns to you naturally. A day where you stop surviving and finally begin living again. And when that day comes, you will realize that this painful season was not sent to destroy you. It was sent to awaken you, to strengthen you, to bring you closer to me, and to transform you into someone far stronger than before. So keep walking with faith, even slowly, even while healing, even while uncertain. Just keep walking. Because I am guiding every step. Even when you cannot see the full path yet. And my child, I promise you this. The pain will not last forever. But the person you become through it will change your life forever. My child, I know waiting has been difficult for you. Because you keep praying. And from your perspective, nothing seems to be moving. You keep asking me for answers. For direction. For breakthrough. For relief from the heaviness inside your heart. But instead of immediate change, you find yourself waiting. And sometimes, that waiting feels painful. Because you do not understand why things are taking so long. You wonder why the door has not opened yet. Why the healing has not fully come yet. Why your life still feels uncertain. And slowly, the waiting begins to test your spirit. But my child, you must understand this. I do some of my deepest work in the waiting season. Because when life slows down, you begin to see yourself clearly. You begin to recognize what truly matters. You begin to understand what has been draining your peace. And while you think you are only waiting for your life to change, I am changing you. I am changing the way you think, the way you love, the way you see yourself, the way you respond to pain. Because if I gave you everything immediately, without growth, without preparation, Without healing, you would carry old wounds into new blessings. And those wounds would destroy what I was trying to build for you. So before I change your circumstances, I change your heart. Before I elevate your life, I strengthen your spirit. Before I open new doors, I teach you wisdom. And wisdom, it takes time. My child, there are things you once chased that no longer excite you. Conversations that once mattered now feel empty. Places that once distracted you now feel exhausting. That is not an accident. That is growth. Because your spirit is no longer satisfied with shallow things. You are changing. You are becoming more aware, more intentional, more connected to what is real. And sometimes, growth feels lonely. Because not everyone around you will understand who you are becoming. Some people only knew the old version of you. The version that ignored red flags. The version that accepted less than you deserved. The version that stayed silent to keep others comfortable. But my child, that version is fading away. I am teaching you boundaries. I am teaching you self-respect. I am teaching you that protecting your peace is not selfish. It is necessary. Because for too long, you abandoned yourself, trying to save everyone else. You ignored your own pain, while carrying the pain of others. You gave your energy to people who never truly valued your heart. And now, you are tired. Not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, mentally. And that exhaustion, it is revealing something important. You cannot continue living disconnected from your own soul. You cannot continue giving endlessly without allowing yourself to heal. So this season, it is not punishment. It is restoration. I am restoring the parts of you that became lost in survival mode. The part of you that forgot how to rest. The part of you that stopped believing you were enough. The part of you that lived in constant fear of rejection. My child, you do not need to earn love through suffering. You do not need to prove your worth by carrying impossible burdens. You are already worthy. Not because of what you accomplish. Not because of who accepts you. But because I created you with purpose. And nothing that happened to you has removed that purpose. Not the betrayal. Not the heartbreak. Not the disappointment. Not even the mistakes you regret. My grace is bigger than your past. And your future is still alive. Even now. Especially now. So stop believing the lie that it is too late for you. It is not too late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are in preparation. And preparation often feels invisible. Because roots grow underground first. Before the tree becomes visible, the roots must become strong enough to carry its weight. And my child, I am strengthening your roots. Strengthening your faith. Strengthening your mind. Strengthening your ability to survive storms without collapsing. Because where I am taking you, you will need that strength. You will need that wisdom. You will need that deeper connection with me. So trust this process. Even when it feels slow. Even when you feel tired. Even when your prayers seem unanswered. Because silence does not mean I stopped listening. Delay does not mean I stopped working. And this waiting season will not last forever. One day, the answers will come. The breakthrough will arrive. The peace you have been praying for will finally settle inside your heart. And when that moment comes, you will realize something beautiful. Every painful season, every lonely night, every unanswered prayer was shaping the person you were always meant to become. So keep trusting me. Keep walking forward. Keep believing. Even when life feels uncertain. Because my child, I am not only preparing blessings for you. I am preparing you for the blessings. And that preparation will change your life forever. My child, I know there are moments where you feel like giving up. Moments where the weight of everything becomes too heavy on your heart. You try to stay hopeful. You try to stay strong. But deep inside, part of you feels tired of fighting battles that nobody else can see. And I know. Some days you wonder if your prayers are even being heard. You wonder if your life will ever truly change. You wonder if the peace you keep searching for actually exists for someone like you. But my child, listen carefully to me. You are closer than you think. Closer to healing. Closer to clarity. Closer to breakthrough. Even if your eyes cannot see it yet. Because many times, right before a new season begins, everything feels confusing. The old life no longer fits you. But the new life has not fully appeared yet. So you stand in between. Between who you used to be and who you are becoming. And that space in between, it can feel lonely. Because transformation often happens in silence. Not everyone will understand your process. Not everyone will understand why you changed. Why you stopped tolerating certain things. Why you became quieter. Why you started protecting your peace. But my child, do not apologize for your growth. Do not feel guilty for choosing healing. Because there comes a point where you must stop sacrificing your spirit just to keep others comfortable. You deserve peace too. You deserve rest too. You deserve to live without constantly feeling emotionally exhausted. And I am leading you toward that peace. Step by step. Even now. Especially now. My child. You keep focusing on what you lost. The opportunities that disappeared. The relationships that ended. The plans that fell apart. But what if those losses were actually protection? What if I removed certain things? Because they were blocking your growth? Because sometimes people hold on to pain simply because it feels familiar. Even when it destroys their spirit. Even when it steals their joy. Even when it keeps them trapped in cycles of fear and disappointment. But I did not create you to remain trapped. I created you to grow, to heal, to become. And becoming requires release. You cannot enter a new season while holding on to everything from the old one. You cannot receive peace while continuing to feed chaos. You cannot hear my direction clearly while surrounding yourself with constant noise. That is why I have been separating you from certain things. Not to punish you, but to prepare you. Because your future requires clarity. Your purpose requires focus. And your spirit requires healing. My child, do not confuse isolation with abandonment. Some seasons are intentionally quiet. Because I am teaching you to hear my voice above every distraction. I am teaching you to stop depending on constant validation from the world. To stop measuring your worth through the opinions of people. Because human approval is temporary. But the identity I placed inside you, that is eternal. You are not who people said you were. You are not your failures. You are not your worst mistakes. You are not the pain you survived. You are mine. And because you are mine, your story does not end in darkness. Even if darkness surrounds you right now. Even if life feels uncertain. Even if your heart still carries wounds. This is not the end. This is the middle of the transformation. And in the middle, everything often feels messy. The caterpillar probably does not understand why it must enter the cocoon. But the cocoon is not punishment. It is preparation for wings. And my child, your waiting season is becoming wings. Wings of wisdom. Wings of strength. Wings of faith. Because after everything you've survived, you are not the same person anymore. You think differently now. You see people differently. You value peace differently. And that growth, it is beautiful. Even if painful. Because pain changed you. But it did not destroy you. Instead, it awakened you. Awakened you to your worth. Awakened you to your purpose. Awakened you to the realization that you cannot continue abandoning yourself to save people who refuse to value your heart. So now, I need you to trust me deeper than before. Not only when life feels good, but also when life feels uncertain. Trust me when the answers are delayed. Trust me when the road becomes unclear. Trust me when your emotions try to convince you that nothing is changing. Because beneath the surface, everything is changing. Your spirit is growing stronger. Your heart is healing. Your future is aligning. And one day soon, you will wake up and realize that the season you thought was breaking you was actually building you. Building the strongest version of you that has ever existed. So keep going, my child. You are closer than you think. Closer to peace. Closer to purpose. Closer to the life I have been preparing for you all along. And when you finally arrive there, you will understand why I asked you to trust me through the storm. My child, before this message ends, I need you to remember one final thing. You survived every moment you once thought would destroy you. Every heartbreak. Every lonely night. Every silent battle. You survived it all. And even though there were moments where you felt weak, you kept going. Even when your heart was tired. Even when your mind was overwhelmed. Even when nobody truly understood what you were carrying inside. You still continued. And that strength within you, it did not come from the world. It came from me. Because every time you wanted to quit, I gave you enough strength to take one more step. And then another. And another. Until you reached this moment right here. So do not look at yourself as broken. Do not look at yourself as forgotten. Look at yourself as someone who is being transformed. Because storms do not come only to destroy. Sometimes they come to clear the path ahead. Sometimes they come to remove distractions. Sometimes they come to awaken the strength that was sleeping inside you. And my child, that strength is awake now. You are no longer the same person you used to be. You have grown through pain. You have gained wisdom through struggle. You have learned how to keep walking, even when life became heavy. And because of that, nothing you went through was wasted. Not the tears. Not the waiting. Not the confusion. Every painful season was shaping your spirit, preparing your heart, building the person you are becoming now. A stronger person. A wiser person. A person who no longer needs the approval of everyone else to know their worth. Because now, you are beginning to see yourself through my eyes. And through my eyes, you are not weak. You are chosen. You are not abandoned. You are guided. You are not forgotten. You are deeply loved. My child, I know the road ahead may still feel uncertain sometimes. There may still be difficult days. There may still be moments where fear tries to return. But do not let fear lead your life anymore. Let faith lead you now. Faith that healing is coming. Faith that peace is coming. Faith that everything you suffered through will one day make sense. Because I promise you, this story is not ending in darkness. It is leading you into purpose. Into peace. Into a future greater than what you can currently imagine. So stop carrying yesterday's pain into tomorrow's blessing. Stop reopening wounds that I am trying to heal. Stop doubting yourself. Every time life becomes difficult, you have already survived too much to keep believing you are weak. You are stronger than you realize. And greater days are ahead of you. Days where your heart feels lighter. Days where peace returns naturally. Days where you finally understand why everything had to happen the way it did. And when those days come, you will not only feel grateful for the blessings, you will feel grateful for the process. Because the process changed you. It brought you closer to me. Closer to your purpose. Closer to the person you were always meant to become. So keep walking forward, my child. Even slowly. Even while healing. Even while uncertain. Just keep walking. Because I am with you. In every step you take. In every tear you cry. In every silent prayer you whisper at night. I have never left you. And I never will. So breathe again. Hope again. Trust again. Because your life is not falling apart. It is falling into place. And one day, you will look back at this chapter and realize the season that almost broke you was the season that brought you closer to your destiny. My child, this is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of the life I promised you. And everything from this moment forward will begin to change.